Hey, it's my dear friends. There they are, for real. Hey, you guys. They're over there. See them? Real quick. They're my friends. We're connected out here in nature. And one of the things that I'm learning is that this is really where all the real, honest awesomeness is. It's cool. They haven't been around for a little bit. The weather's been pretty crazy. But so I've decided for this to be the Rambling Hobo episode 3. I've gone through a lot of pretty wild emotions about myself being on disability and how that happened in my life. And man, it's caused a lot of trauma. It always comes back to that I had a head injury. And truthfully, what happened, I just never fit in to this. I always spoke what I felt, and that's kind of like frowned upon, I guess. And so when I was a young kid, I was like really in tune with going along with the school shit and all that jazz. But then I just kind of realized it was like this indoctrination thing, and I just struggled with the way other kids treated other people. And my best friend, Daniel Palmer, he was Jamaican. He was constantly put out in front of the principal's office to sit in a desk. He was like removed from class every day for being himself. He's no longer with us. And yeah, it's just been such a crazy journey because apparently after I hit my head, that was the excuse for why I didn't fit in. So I bought into it. My family told me that. And but as I've gone along on this journey, I've worked some 50-something jobs. I've tried every single thing I could. I slept with a lot of ladies. I tried everything, trying to find girlfriends, the whole jazz. And what it finally did was it just brought me out to the wilderness, because that's the only place that I actually felt at peace or had some kind of trust. But now we're at this point where the weather's not really making any sense. I can taste the metal in the sky right now, and I don't know what I'm experiencing or living in, but I know that I shouldn't be disabled, and I'm just gonna break that strand now. So one of the other things I've noticed is I like to put out my creative happenings, and I put them out on the internet, but I'm seeing that that's not even real. You swipe on the YouTube and you'll see you have these certain amount of views. It's the same thing with the Instagram. And for all of these platforms that I have tried to do, there's no way I'll ever make any money off of it. So the conclusion I've come to is that the abundance is all of this stuff. These are huckleberries, and I've learned how to survive off of nature. And each time that I go back into the city to buy the food, it's like the food's pretty poisonous, and now it's becoming poison from the air and whatever's going on. But the crazy thing that I'm trying to get the point across is that along the journey I got MRSA. I had a staph infection. At that point in my life, I was drinking a ton. I was taking care of my grandpa who had dementia, and I lived with him. My mom lived in the basement, and she had gone to Scotland to go see my sister. And I'd gone through all these different experiences with the MRSA. They couldn't tell me what it was, but the doctors just kept pumping me with antibiotics. When you look into what that is, it's aluminum. Well, I mean, they would put this aluminum scrub on me, and then my whole gut would fall apart because of the antibiotics. So they would give me these things, and like basically my immune system shut down. So in the end, I ended up hearing all these voices, and I just hit this point that I couldn't handle it anymore. So I checked myself in at Harborview, And yeah, at that point in Washington State, you could either, the state would either admit you and you'd be in a loony bin for the rest of your life and they'd just pump you full of whatever and you'd be just a vegetable. But then they told me that if I went and went through this process, that there was hope. So I went through therapy, and it was cool because the lady kind of showed me that I wasn't crazy. So I kind of like got back on my trip, and then I ended up having an opportunity to take a job as a preschool teacher out in a small town, Forks, Washington, where I live. And I did it. I spoke enough Spanish that I could work in the preschool. And man, it was the gnarliest job I ever did. It was through AmeriCorps. But I got to surf every day, and I found myself, and I got sober. I met my close friend, Nathan Fletcher, and we kind of went on that same journey of sobriety together. And then I went pretty deep into the spiritual happening. But what I'm understanding right now is like, you just got to follow your heart. And what that's telling me is that I don't need to live in lack anymore. There's abundance out here. I don't fit into that system, but what I need to do is forgive my mom, forgive my dad, forgive my sister. And it's funny when you read the disability stuff, it says that he finally agrees to go on disability. So I'm finally just going to take myself off of it. And I have no expectation anymore. I'm not going to try to make the money off of the YouTube or any of this stuff. I'm just going to live my life as it is and just stay kind of in my heart and keep working on this. And I feel as if that's where true happiness is. So if I can use this trail of these videos I've made along the way from the Instagram and all the songs on Spotify and now here on YouTube, maybe it can show people that you are capable and you are able, and anybody can tap in and just be themselves, and there's no reason to be scared. And so that's what I'm hoping to, that's what my intention is out of all of this. But what I'm realizing is that I can't be doing all this cell phone stuff and everything when I'm here in nature. It's just kind of counteracts what the whole point of me being way out here in the woods is. So chirp chirp, there goes my friend Chirp Chirp. Yeah, Chirp Chirp, that's a house wren, I believe. I don't know, but Chirp Chirp's my closest friend out here. Chirp Chirp makes it through the winter where you see the bears hibernate, and that's probably the toughest animal out here is Chirp Chirp. So yeah, I've set up a website. It's not fully up yet. It's called rambling.hobo.com. And I believe that, well, I don't believe anything anymore, actually. But so what I'm going to do, actually, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to set up some of this stuff on there. So it's not through all of this. It'll just have the links. And if you want to help me out along the journey and financially, you can donate through that. So it's not up yet, so go ahead and watch whatever videos you want to watch. Find the trail of what the journey that I've been on, and if it inspires you, you could help me out. It's up to you. I don't really care. I'm at this point that I'm realizing the best thing I can do for myself is go on these walks in nature, go surf more, and let go of what's going on in the external chaos of the world right now, and just work on these deep breaths and regrounding myself in nature. So I hope that inspires you to find some kind of truth in yourself, because that's what I'm understanding is my real truth. And it'll be neat because I'm just going to remove the whole thing as Hobo Dave, and I can just be this thing that's here experiencing life, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like, check it out. It's absolutely beautiful. So those are the happenings that are happening, and I really appreciate the support. Go check out the Rambling Hobo. It'll be up very soon. So thank you, and take care of yourselves, and keep up all the rad.